Impossible is just a really big word. Muhammad Ali. As a student at Indiana University, Purdue University, Indianapolis, or IUPUI, you are exposed to thousands of opportunities to help you in your future career choice. But none of these opportunities that I have experienced have benefited me nearly as much as my service learning project done with my themed learning community, or TLC, all through SPIA, otherwise known as the School of Public and Environmental Affairs. Every week, our groups get the chance to visit Indianapolis Re-Entry Educational Facility, or IREF. They focus on reintegrating incarcerated citizens back into society, rather than just punishing them for their crimes. Most people would just call this a prison, but it's more than just a prison. IREF is an opportunity of a lifetime, not just for the residents, but for the students who get the chance to visit. IREF has done more for me than I ever could have imagined, and has given me skills that I will use forever. You see, SPIA isn't about sitting in the classroom. It's not about earning that grade or competing against someone else for that spot. SPIA, my school, is about life. It's about perspective. It's about stepping out, taking a stand, and making a difference in someone else's life. IREF has solidified these qualities and given me the skills that I think are critical to being a public servant. And IREF has given me a new perspective, not just on my life, but most importantly, on the criminal justice system. During our visits, we participated in the Toastmasters International Group, a group focused on furthering our public speaking skills. This was incorporated into the program through our freshman speech class in SPIA and through our TLC, which made all of this possible. Visiting IREF helps get you out of the classroom and educate you not on some textbook that you really don't care about, but instead it connects you with real world issues and will give you skills that can change your perspective and change your life. As soon as you step foot into IREF, you forget that you are in prison. There are no guard towers, no officers armed to the teeth, no cell blocks, no none of this. At IREF, residents can wear civilian clothing, they sleep in normal bunks, and some of them even have daily jobs outside in the community. We usually sit in a large room that makes you feel like you're part of an executive board at a major corporation. Students and residents sit next to each other, which is one of the ways that you get to know them on a personal level. Every week, there would be a series of speeches. Students would speak on criminal justice topics, or topics that they felt passionate about. The residents would give icebreaker speeches. The idea was to help us understand not just who they were on the outside, but on the inside. Most of them shared their story and talked about how they ended up in the criminal justice system. But that's not the point. The point is not what they did. The point is who they are now and how far they've come. I get hit harder and harder after every visit. I realize that something is wrong with our society. These men aren't criminals, they just screwed up. They got caught, and they did something that has now put a stamp on them for the rest of their lives. They will walk around and be looked at differently and ridiculed, and sometimes won't even be able to find a job or do what they love. But if you really knew who they were on the inside, they're just like you and I. But why does this happen in our society? Because every single one of us has implicit biases. We label and stereotype and mark people who we really don't know anything about. Implicit biases are your unconscious thoughts and associations about a group of people. These biases happen because of your past experiences, how you were raised, and the people that you hang around. People don't know these men's hearts. People never think about that one mistake that they made because they got away with it. Think about the worst thing that you have ever done that you didn't tell anyone about, and let it label you and define you for the rest of your life. In our criminal justice class, we would learn how many flaws there were in the criminal justice system. Now, I've seen it firsthand. A America is the land of second chance. And when the gates of prison open, the path ahead should lead to a better life. These residents have changed my life. On the third trip, one of the residents spoke to us and said, "We know what you students want to do with your life. I just have one thing to ask. Think about when you make that arrest, when you bring forth that charge, and when you slam that gavel. Think about the person. Think about the repercussions that your decision will have and the life that you are going to change forever." I never would have imagined just how impactful this experience would be when I started my first semester here. I've grown as a person. I've grown as a speaker, as a student, and most importantly, as a human being. Now I have the ability to go out and use what I've learned to make a difference in the world. According to Muhammad Ali, nothing is too great to overcome. Your mindset, your attitude, and your will can change those around you. I challenge you to go outside of your comfort zone, to go on a new journey, and take a risk like I did. Do something that will open your mind and change your perspective. Only then can you change the world.